So I was wondering, what was the most challenging part of Saturday's game?
Staying patient, I think, and staying cool, calm, and collected. We kind of knew, the challenges going into the game. And, it's one where you have to kind of dictate everything. And I felt we were a bit passive in the first half. So knowing where we have to make changes in the second half to get success. But the big challenge is making sure the group's in the right, state of mind going into the game to make sure that we're professional, we get the job done. And the first half was a little bit of a struggle, but the credit to the group in the second half, I think they went out there and really asserted dominance, and that's what got us the victory.
What was the most difficult thing to overcome in this game?
I think the first half was rough. I think it was hard to kind of just watch it play out that way for 45. And then second half, Jack comes over and tells us we're gonna scratch it. Let's start fresh. So just knowing that second half, everybody that was going in, I think it was a completely different 11 players. But you have to go in and you have to do something completely different. It's 0-0 at half against in a game that we probably should have had the lead 10 minutes in. So it's tough to know that I'm going in to a game where we really have to prove ourselves, and I'm glad that second half we were able to do that.
What was your strategy going into the game, and how did that change throughout?
I don't think the strategy changed throughout the games. We know we wanted to be on the front foot. We wanted to dictate the tempo. We wanted to be quick in everything that we did. And we just weren't that in the first half. And, they are tough games to get motivated for at times. But that's really the only change we made in the second half, was ensuring that we upped the tempo. And, Albany State, they came in with a game plan, and it's to stop us doing what we want us to do. And, if you play slow, you don't unbalance them, you don't unorganize them. And that was the case in the first half. We just didn't do things quick enough. And in the second half, as soon as we upped the tempo, we caused them a lot of problems.
Okay. What was the best thing that happened in the game?
I think Ellie scoring a hat trick. She's had a tough year coming back from an ACL injury, and scoring her first goal in her first 2 minutes back on the field at Flagler was nice. But her getting a hat trick, it's the second one we've had in my time here. They don't come around often, so being able to celebrate that was also good as well. But Brittany, one of our freshmen, getting 2 goals in 2 games is really pleasing as well. And Mia getting her goal, as of coming from right back, she's our joint top scorer, which is also really pleasing. So.
Other than the obvious things, what are the key takeaways that you and the team take away from winning a game?
Saturday was a weird one in terms of, we made 10 changes at half time, and being able to do that and really hammer home a victory like that is really pleasing. And that's what we addressed with the team after the game is, it shows that we're a very, very good team. From 1 down to 27, this is a very, very strong roster, and we have the ability to mix things up and change things up. That was the most pleasing thing, to show how deep we are as a team.
Is there anything you're going to do to change what happened the first 45 minutes in future games?
We'll practice it. I think we were just really slow to play, not a lot of movement at the ball, so off the ball. So come next week at practice while we prepare for North Georgia, I'm sure we'll be working on kind of short sessions, hour and 15 minutes, but you're go, go, go. Just keep the movement off the ball steady. Keep everybody kind of going around. What runs can we make? Just ways to get everybody moving off the ball.